Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ABA 2035 playoffs. We're joined with quite a sizable guest, quite a sizable amount of guests today, and we have some pre-ABA news, I guess, to discuss. So today we came to an agreement with WFL, one of the multiplayer FBGM leagues, and they're actually going to be running off the ABA server now. So this will give ABA players a lot more opportunity to do FBGM crossovers and kind of grow our community as well. So with that, we're just going to go straight into these playoffs here. As far as big pre-playoff questions, there's a few teams with major injuries. For example, Alaska, Dallas, and Chicago. In addition, Montreal has several players that will miss the first round, which is why bye weeks do matter. And otherwise, I guess we can just keep going from here. So as per usual, this is being recorded. Anyone that wants to pop on is aware that it will be posted on YouTube. And yeah, so there we go. We'll sim game one. All right. So we got San Francisco beating Alaska. Not a huge surprise, but we'll take a look at that upset real quick. Let's see. 100. Wow, that's a blowout. And it wasn't like there was any individual that had a phenomenal game, but yeah, I guess San Francisco, they were underperforming all season. Actually, are they out with? No, Colton Nicholas just didn't do very much, but I don't know. Honestly, I'd say San Francisco is the favorite in the series. Melbourne, no surprise, they should steamroll them. I kind of want to see how many points McGillen put up in that game. McGillen, 60 points. Oh, McGillen's hurt. Please, sir, you better update people on McGillen's injury. I mean, I know it's not like a major injury, but dude had a 60-point, 12 rebound, 7 assist game. 10 for 10. Wow, that was a phenomenal game. Of course they lost, but that injury is potentially a crusher. Vegas picking up the win, no surprise. Atlanta beating Washington, not a surprise there. We'll take a look, I guess, but not urgent. Miami beating Belgrade, Flint beating Chicago, and Boston beating New Jersey. We'll take a look at the only upset here, the Atlanta game. Tracy Fiddler went off to like his old prime Fiddler years, like 2 years ago, I think. And just a struggling game from really well-rounded Washington team. So with that, we'll go into game 2 here. All right. So San Francisco picking up another win. Denver picking up a win with David McGillen out. No real surprise here. Beijing picking up a win. We'll take a look at this upset. Wow. So Rare's Ola Billups really popped off, and so did T-Mac, their big three. Billy Baldwin's actually out with an injury, but Warner really struggled, just 7 for 16. A game from Warner will do it. And T-Mac with a game winner. We have a game winner in this game by Tracy McGrady. Atlanta with another win. This is actually a really sizable. Wow, and Atlanta wins without Nolan Young, so without one of the franchise's best players of all time, and they're able to take the win. That's not boding well for Washington. Miami picks up a win and status quo for the other 2 games as well. All right, so with that, I think we're ready to get into game 3 here. And there we go. So San Francisco with another victory. Without Alonzo, Alaska's in a huge hole. Melbourne picks up the win with McGillen back. Vancouver continues to hold over Wisconsin, and Beijing loses, all of which was expected. Atlanta is now up 3-0 over Washington. That's rough. Belgrade picks up a win. Wow. And Chicago with a win. 2 upsets in the East. We'll take a look at both of those. David Manning had a fine game, but Colby really struggled. But no, like, okay, never mind. McPherson Thompson played horribly, so I guess he did contribute. And what? What? How did Belgrade win? They're missing 3 of their best players. How did Belgrade win? That doesn't make any sense. What? Okay. Well, great game from Darko and Kyrio, I guess. But honestly, this is just a complete shocker right here. Uh, that never would have made sense to me. All right, and we'll take a look at Chicago's other upset as well. All right. Ryan Peel is out for Flint. That's a crusher. Josh Gale is out too. So I don't know. This is still a pretty even series. Fortunately, they'll both have them back for next round. So whichever team does emerge will be fine. All right. So San Francisco becomes the first team to pick up a win, and it's a lopsided one. Melbourne's going to eliminate Denver next round. Vancouver knocks out Wisconsin. Beijing is likely to be knocked out by Vegas next game. Washington stays alive, picking up one. Miami, without McPherson melting down, of course, beats the shorthanded Belgrade team. Chicago picking up another victory in the absence of Ryan Peel. I guess they're doing better. You know, the thing is, Ryan Peel is really the centerpiece of this Flint team, so I can see why they'd be struggling without him. But this team's missing their starting center and starting shooting guard. So, and I think it's like their third and fourth best players too. So, I don't know. I think Chicago's really taking an opportunity here. New Jersey picks up a win, staying alive, winning by 1 point. Wow. And that's largely thanks to the near MVP season of Maven. Maven had a phenomenal game and a phenomenal season, really. And Castori also looked pretty good this season. So, all right, that so one more game. We'll see if there's any. All right. So we got Denver picking up a surprise victory against Melbourne. And oh no. So McGillen only played 11 minutes. He must have gotten hurt during the game and then come back. But without him playing, they lost. They're now up 3-2. This is rough. A phenomenal triple double though from TJ Gavrilik. Gavrilik? Oh, that's crazy. McGillen might blow it. Vegas beats Beijing. Washington's coming back. And Flint about to knock them out. Oh, New Jersey picked up a win as well. Maven having another great game. In this game, the Hair not producing particularly well, but Nash had a great game. So, all right. We'll do one more, and then we'll do game sevens. I guess we'll do live. All right. So Melbourne does pick up the victory. Makes sense. Atlanta, Washington will go to a game 7. I feel like that's like a rivalry almost. And Boston, New Jersey will go to a game 7. We'll do live streams for both of those. All right. So close game after 1, close game after 2, but Washington leads. Washington still leads by a decent margin. 6 minutes left. Washington leads by double digits. I don't know. Lance has kind of had a run, but I don't know if it's good enough to get them back into it. 7 points down now. Yeah, I think that's game. I don't see any way they can come back right now. They're down 8 with 2 minutes left. Yeah. Washington just pulling ahead. Now it's just 7 points, but in 26 seconds. Oh, Kane Neal with a game-ending steal. Washington does advance. BB Kinney just 0 for 5 from 3 in the game 7. You hate to see it. Fiddler was out for that game too. I missed that. All right. Let's see. Boston versus New Jersey. No injuries, right? Yeah, no injuries. Cool. Entering the fourth quarter, New Jersey is up surprisingly over Boston. Boston's trailing by, I don't think they can come back. Yeah, Boston's finished. Oh, a minute and 6 points. Maven hits it 8 points. That's probably game. Trustus misses. Yeah, that's unless they get like a steal in the inbound. Oh my god. What? Castori just hit 2 free throws to end the game. Damn. That was insane. It all came down to Castori. Actually was a lot closer than the end score makes it look. But either way, New Jersey with the surprising upset. All right. Yo, somebody want to post the fan base changes for this? Bill, you want to post the fan base changes? Just 1 to 200 K per the upsets and such. I think Billy's got it. Cool. Yeah, he's got it. Fleecer, you got. Let me know when you just put in chat when you got the next round ready to go. I guess I'll do my like little predictions here. I'm gonna say Mini in 4, Melbourne in 5, Snohomish in 4, Hawaii in 6, Montreal in 4, Cincinnati in 5, Flint in 7, and Bosnia in 4. What do you guys think? Yeah, Alaska really got messed up by the Lonzo injury. But I definitely say that San Francisco, for GM of the year, it's definitely going to be either San Francisco, Alaska, or Snohomish. I don't think any other team has any business being there. Maybe Belgrade, but doubtful. All right. With that, we'll do a game. So Minnesota with the victory over San Francisco, no surprise. Melbourne picking up the victory. Technically, we'll take a look at this, but it's because Max Powers is out. McGillen with 53, 11, and 12. Ian Chunky did have 36, which is great, but it's not going to be enough in a time like this. Snohomish picking up the victory. Hawaii with the victory. Montreal the victory. Miami a surprising upset over Cincinnati. I actually think Cincinnati is much better than Miami, which seems strange given the game difference in the seeding, but I just think Cincinnati, with the exception of their height efficiency, is incredibly talented. 32 points from LaMelo Ball, but yeah, they're really running into the height here. I wonder how bad did they lose the rebound battle? You got 12 rebounds from McPherson, David Manning with 7, and 8 from Colby. They're just getting killed in the rebounding differential. Cook had 10, but you hate to see it. Cincinnati better not lose because of height only. Yeah. All right. Flint taking a surprising victory by, hey, I predicted Flint would win this series. We'll see. But and the thing is, Ryan the Lion puts up weird stats. The dude is a much better in real life player than he is stat wise player. Look at him here with 14, 8, and 7. It doesn't look like a great stat line, but he's the leader behind this team's upset. You see that they're able to shut down Darnell Brown to just 3 points per game, or 3 points in this game. And that's largely because of how good this defense is. So, all right. And Bosnia picking up the win. No surprise there. We'll keep going. All right, I already got to see some upsets here. We got Minnesota with a second victory over San Francisco. We got Melbourne picking up a victory over Dallas again. This is all due to the Max Powers injury. What's weird is McGillen fouls out in just 30 minutes, and they only win by 1 point. Can bleed. Corey Bunny actually made the game winner here. And it just continues to be good stretches of luck for Melbourne, even with a team so based around McGillen here. Corey Bunny having a breakout season. One of his, actually, I think significantly his best percentage wise. And he's become a pretty sizable part of this team up front and a staple of their front court. So, all right. Let's see, any other upsets? Nope. Cincinnati wins that time. New Jersey, another upset. Will come with 29 and a 20 rebound game for Rushna. Maven performing excellent 19, 11, and 8. And Silver out for the rest of the series. Hogan, oh, wow, this would be a crazy upset. See, the thing is, I don't know if it actually matters because Bosnia just needs to beat them because then they'll have Silver back early next series. And they still should be able to beat them because Bosnia is significantly better. This could be a really weird upset. I think Bosnia will be okay. Yeah, let's be real here. Bosnia is our best chance at taking out Montreal, and nobody wants them to go back. God, that'd be unfortunate. All right. Minnesota with the victory, Melbourne with the upset. I'm not even going to look this time. Come on, we know how that game went. Snohomish picking up the victory. Vegas picking up an upset. Washington still losing to Montreal. They face elimination. Cincinnati picks up another one as they should. Kentucky takes a 2-1 lead, and Bosnia picks up a victory. We'll take a look at the only notable upset of this game. Vegas beating Hawaii. They've consistently struggled Hawaii's consistently struggled against Vegas in the playoffs. In this case, penetrator with just 8 points in 12 minutes. Scarn having to step up here. I imagine he suffered an injury then. But Scarn unable to, 24, 8, and 8 isn't enough as he tries to duel out Karl Anthony Towns with 24. Warner plays just 32 minutes and scores 25. Yeah, Vegas picking up an easy win. That's not bode well. But that will get ready to go into game 4. First elimination game here. All right, we got some notable eliminations. First, we'll take a look at the Minnesota-San Francisco game, taking a look at injuries for the Muskies. They escaped the series injury-free. I mean, this is a product of Jay Kumar, Axel Blaze being the two best players on Minnesota team and just being so far above any other duo right now. They're definitely one of the top players, they're definitely two of the top 15 players in the league. Meanwhile, San Francisco, great game from Zion Jajas, who did emerge as a star in his own right, but not good enough. And they are knocked. Fortunately, San Francisco has 2 stars to build around. So there's a lot of potential that they could do. Melbourne knocks out Dallas here. We'll take a look, see if injuries play a factor. I know for certain they did. Magic Powers missing the entire playoffs due to a knee injury. I mean, that's not what you like to see. And unfortunately, they really didn't have a quality backup point guard behind him. I mean, Derek Jones is solid, but the point guard position, really, their next best ball handler was Josh Wade. This is an unfortunate position for them to take an injury to. Big and Chunky isn't the same player he was a year ago to be able to hold McGillen. And as a result, Melbourne taking them out and advancing. And as far as Melbourne is concerned, injury-wise, I think they escaped as well. Yeah, they're fine. David McGillen, probably the MVP, easily the best player. He's going to be showing down now against the best duo in the league. That's going to be interesting. Now Snohomish here, picking up a win against Vancouver, and frankly, Vancouver, they're a solid team. That's got a lot of rebounding to them, but that isn't going to match up well against a team like Snohomish. Snohomish with a very good defensive effort, very solid team. Probably the favorite right now in the Western bracket. Vegas and Hawaii will go into next round. With Hawaii picking up a victory. Washington is eliminated by Montreal. No real shocker here. I mean, Washington's lucky to have made it to the second round, frankly. They really struggled in the first round. And yeah, Montreal's a beast as per usual. So taking a look, Miami, they actually pick up an upset. Now it's 2-2 series. Cincinnati, the story, once again, I can already tell here, Cincinnati put up buckets. It doesn't matter when they can't. Actually, in this case, rebounding didn't really kill them. This was just a high-scoring affair. I think each team had 3 players in the 20-plus range almost. Yeah, Miami's can put up buckets too. Kentucky picking up a victory and New Jersey tying the series. This is a product of, oh, wow. Bosnia might actually be upset. Silver and 40 both injured. Oh my God, you hate to see it. I think they might actually get knocked. Oh, you hate to see it. All right. So, with that, we'll sim another day. All right. So, first thing I'm noticing, Vegas picks up a win. 91-77. Austin Warner with 42 points. And Panachero just 25. Austin Warner is having a beast of a season. Never discount Vegas. Never do it. Miami picks up a win here. That's pretty cool. Pearson Thompson with 31 points. Okabe with just 4. Let's see. Kentucky knocks out Flint. Yeah, I got this one wrong. I won't lie. Ryan the Lion really struggled, and Kentucky escapes. No injuries with a win. 30-27 from Dr. J and Iverson. So, and Bosnia is now down. Oh, Bosnia. No. Oh, this is so infuriating. Nabi Solano had a great game, but that's all they got going for him. Oh. All right. Game 6. Maybe we'll get some good news. Oh, somebody wanted to see stats from the series. In 4 games, Jamal McCarron put up 16 points per game, 4 blocks, 2.8 assists, and 8.3 rebounds. Pretty solid line. Yeah, big factor in the win, in the sweep. All right. So yeah, we're just going to sim, right? I didn't already sim. No, I'm going to sim. There we go. And skip a day. All right. So New Jersey wins. Hawaii wins. Miami wins. And Melbourne. Okay, we already knew. Wow. Okay. That that, that happened. New Jersey with the win. I don't want to take a look at that. Yeah. Just outplayed them. Out the 2 stars. That's disappointing. All right. Well, I got predictions now. I'm gonna predict Minnesota, and I'm gonna predict Snohomish, and then I'm gonna predict Minnesota wins. And on the East, I think it's going to be Montreal and Kentucky. And then Montreal will win, and then Montreal will lose to Minnesota. Yep, I'm taking the path of least resistance, unfortunately. I think this is, yeah. So we'll do a quick injury check, and then we'll get into it. No injuries for many. No injuries for Melbourne. No injuries for Hawaii. No injuries for Snohomish. No injuries for Montreal. Give us 1 second, minor technical difficulty, and then we'll go take a look at Miami, Kentucky, and New Jersey's health. One second. All right. So with that, Policer's back. Cool. All right. We'll take a look at Miami, Kentucky, and New Jersey's health. Miami, all healthy. That's what I like to see. No injuries affecting it as far in as we are. That being said, an injury would change it up. Fortunately, lost a couple really good teams to injury, including Bosnia for the second straight year. All right. Game 1. No surprise. Oh, wow. Okay. So first, we'll take a look at the Minnesota game here. Minnesota with a convincing victory. David McGillen goes off, but it is not enough. Axel Blaze is the second best player in the league. You know he's going to stand toe-to-toe with McGillen. Snohomish picking up a surprising victory. I think they're a really solid team here. Drazen with a really good game. Cottrell Ellis with a good game. Vaughnville with a good game. And Penetrator scores 44, but it is not enough. Taking a look at Montreal's victory over Miami. Not so great game from David Manning, going against a really great game from Andrew Gilgee and Tyga Fleecer. All right. New Jersey with the surprise victory, winning by 3. Harold Maven and Castori going off. Is this New Jersey team not just lucky? Is it actually good? Wow. This is an insane run for an elimination seed team. Dr. J scoring 25, but it's not enough. What are we seeing here? All right. Game 2. No surprise. Minnesota picks up a decisive victory. McGillen with 47 isn't enough, down by 30 points from Axel Blaze. Taking a look at Snohomish's victory, they win by 10. However, Joe Mama does get hurt. That puts them in a big position, a big downward position. With him out, they're going to potentially be opening up the middle to Casey Cunningham. We'll see how that takes place. Taking a look at Montreal's victory, bad game from McPherson, and a phenomenal game once again by Gilgee and Hawkins. Kentucky picks up the victory. However, it is in decisive fashion. Injury to Karai Jackson, not that he was a huge part of their team, but two starters, arguably their best two scorers, Maven and Okum, failed to score 10 points, and AI goes off for 31. All right. All right. Melbourne picks up a victory against Minnesota. Axel Blaze scores 30, Kumar's 32. However, it is not enough to offset Sam Eustace game. Sam Eustace, Corey Bunny, and Richard Williams go off as McGillen gets hurt mid-game. However, he was going off in less than 20 minutes. He had 26 points. Nikola Ivanovic, a 58 overall bench player. All right, never mind. I guess he's wow, one of the weirdest guys. I did not know his name even. It's crazy, but I guess I don't know as much of that the Melbourne team as I should. And Snohomish holding on to a 3-point lead here, despite a great game from Penetrado. Honestly, that's a disappointing failure right there by Hawaii. They should have had that one. Montreal picks up the victory, no surprises. Gilgi, another great game. They actually had 5 players with 25 plus. And New Jersey loses to Kentucky quite decisively thanks to a great game from Dr. J. Though Castori did have another really good game. All right, game 4. We have no eliminations. There will be no sweeps. As interesting. So Minnesota, of course, picking up a victory over Melbourne, as expected. This is most interesting because I do think that if you were ever in Melbourne going to move McGillen, this would be the time to do it. He's entering his prime trade value wise. He has 1 season left on his contract. They can probably get a king's ransom from him, or they could risk losing him for nothing, though there's a likelihood that they'd be able to retain him. It's definitely going to be interesting. He put up 32, 10 and 10 without assists here as they're now down 3-1. This series means a lot for that team's future. Hawaii picks up a win with a Mama out. Penetrated a great game. Scarn consistently good this series, and a great rebounding game from PD Savage. Drazen just not enough. I mean, this team is missing Joe Mama. Miami picks up a victory over Montreal. Bad game from Damian Savage from the scoring standpoint is what causes that. You look at the strong game from David Manning, and he's really emerging as this Florida team's leader. And Kentucky picking up a victory, this time in decisive fashion again. Dr. J, a great game from the free throw line, 13 from 13. And with that, we go game 5. Only one elimination. We have, wow, this is going to be a really crazy round, potentially. Could almost go normally. But Montreal eliminating Miami. I think Montreal will escape injury-free. Yeah, they pick up a pretty easy victory here, winning by just 3, but it was a really good all-around effort from both teams. Pretty consistent numbers, and a strong victory by the Montreal team. Melbourne picks up a second victory in their series, 50 points from McGillen on a triple-double line. Absolutely insane. Dude's an animal. Axel Blaze with 32 and 12. Reggie Miller scoring 21 off the bench. And wow, was that just 14 minutes from Homer Simpson? That's crazy. But Melbourne is an absolute beast. Or McGillen is, I should say. Hawaii picks up a second victory here. They could potentially watch Snohomish with 3-0 lead. But that's what we're watching right now. 2 straight comeback victories here. With Joe Mama down, I think he wouldn't return for Game 7. He would. No, I don't think. No. Ooh, I have to do the math now. Let's see. Of Snohomish's team. He's out 2 games. There's 3 games left in the series, right? No, he would be out. Oh, he'd be out the whole series. That's rough. All right. And we'll take a look at the New Jersey victory. New Jersey proving that they aren't just a fluke. They are a good team. This is such a crazy story with them. 35 points from Allen Iverson isn't enough to get Kentucky over the hump. And here we go into Game 6. Oh my God, New Jersey pulling it to Game 7. This could be a 10 seed, going against Montreal in the conference finals. New Jersey might be the greatest fluke story in league history. Snohomish also a victory, and David McGillen proving he is a one-man force. Oh, wow. We have 2 really good ones here for you. We'll take a look at the Snohomish victory. They do survive, which perhaps gives a good floor for what we'll see in the finals. They're, in my opinion, Snohomish is significantly better than Hawaii. So with that is game live time. What do you guys want to see first? New Jersey, Kentucky, or Melbourne, Minnesota? New Jersey, Mini. I think we'll do New Jersey. All right. At the end of 1, New Jersey does lead. New Jersey is up after 2. New Jersey is down 8 after 3. No. I don't think they're going to be able to come back from that. It's 5-point game, 8 minutes left. 5 minutes left. 3-point game. 5, 2. So 3 minutes left and it's a 2-point game. Darnell Brown scores, puts them up 4. New Jersey is blocked. New Jersey turns it over. Kentucky scores. Now it's a 6-point game. I don't know if 8 points in a minute is unlikely. Yeah, it's over. New Jersey's run halted, but New Jersey made it a close series. I'll give them that. It was a good effort from New Jersey. That's crazy. I think they're the furthest we've ever had a late seed go, but that's the second time that we've had 2 really good late seed runs recently, and we saw that caused Vegas to land a big free agent. So that could bode very well with some expiring contracts. I think Castori might even be expiring. I'm not positive on that one. All right, and with that, we get the Minnesota Muskies against David McGillen. Melbourne leads. McGillen up to 21 after 1. At halftime, McGillen up to 38, 11, and 7. They are blowing out the Minnesota Muskies. 6 minutes in, Melbourne. Oh my God. I legitimately think Melbourne might win. All right, entering the 4th quarter. Give me 1 second. I gotta plug my. I always say it, and I always forget. Plug the laptop in on live streams every time. All right. Six minutes in. 11-point game. I don't know if Axel Blaze can come back from it. 54-point lead from 54 points, triple double with 6 blocks from McGillen. Oaks has 16. Axel Blaze has 34. Jay Kumar 27. This could go down as one of the greatest individual performances of all time from David McGillen. We are witnessing the full might of a superstar here. 5-point lead. That is insane. Two-point lead. They are on their heels right now. Axel Blaze at 39 points. Axel Blaze mid-ranged and one at the line. Axel Blaze hits it. Minnesota leads by 1 point. Corey Buddy mid-ranged on the David McGillen Jr. feed. 1 point lead. Minnesota turns it over. David McGillen at the rim scores it. 3 points lead for Melbourne. Reggie Miller mid-range to the free throw line. He hits both. Of course, it's Reggie Miller. Down one, Corey Bunny mid-range. Foul on Axel Blaze. Bunny hits both. Kumar at the rim. Foul. Kumar at the line. He hits both. Sam Eustace turns it over. Reggie Miller three. It's good. 2-point game. McGillen low post. Foul on Jay Kumar. Jay Kumar has fouled out. McGillen hits one. McGillen hits two. 7 seconds left. Richard Williams steals the ball. Overtime. Oh my God. This is an insane game. So we right now have a true duel between Axel Blaze and David McGillen at the peak of their powers. Two of the three ever 80 overalls, with Matt Pitts being an 80 overall in the first season. Technically, I think he was actually a 79, but he was right up there. David McGillen, of course, scores the first basket. Blaze answers right back, 3 for 3. Wow. David McGillen pass leads to an assist. Reggie Miller mid-range at the free throw line. He hits one. Sam Eustace picking up another foul. He's only has 15 points in this game. Sam Eustace slams at home, though. Reggie Miller for 3 misses. David McGillen the rebound. Eustace scores. Vortex for 3. It's in. Felton at the line misses. Reggie Miller hits it. Right now, Melbourne's down 2. McGillen turns it over. Fox is blocked by McGillen. McGillen for 3 hits it. McGillen just going back and forth here. 1 point lead. McGillen now is at 70 points, 20 rebounds, 13 assists, and 8 blocks. An unbelievable performance. Billy Bogues for 3. He gets it. 2 point lead. Minnesota, 2 minutes left. Non-shooting foul on Vortex. Sam Eustace at the free throw line. He hits both. Sean Vortex turns it over. Substitutions, McGillen for 3. He hits it. 73 points for McGillen. 3-point lead in Minnesota with the ball. Billy Bogues mid-range. Now they're down 1. Sam Eustace misses. Axel Blaze for 3. It's in. Minnesota leads 2. 38 seconds left. Melbourne with the ball. David McGillen for 3. He misses. Non-shooting foul on Sam Eustace there on the penalty. So Reggie Miller is at the free throw line right now. He hits 1. He hits 2. 2 free throws for David McGillen here. He's at the line. He hits 1, 2. So it's now a 2-point game. What did I miss? Okay, no. So McGillen fouled Fox. Fox is at the line. Fox hits both. Apex for 3, misses the rebound. I think that's game. Yep. Minnesota clutches it. David McGillen finishes with arguably the greatest individual performance of all time. 75 points, 20 rebounds, 13 assists, 8 blocks in an overtime playoff game 7. I think that had everyone on their seats. That was insane. And with that, we have our matchup decided. Wow. All right. So with that, we will begin. Game 1, Minnesota picks up the victory. Clearly not reeling from that incredibly close game. Axel Boys with 42 points. He's like, oh yeah, now I'm not against David McGill. Now competition ain't real. Like, damn, that was insane. Allen Iverson with 47 points, but that isn't enough to offset Jermaine Hawkins. Snow Helmish picks up a victory here, winning by a decent margin thanks to Jake King, who scores 26. Vaughnville continues to be one of the best players off the bench. Looking at Montreal here, they pick up the victory despite 38 from AI. He's having an absolutely phenomenal series. It isn't quite enough. Gilgy is right on his tail, performance-wise. Snohomish picking up a second victory here, with 45 points from Axel Blaze, not being enough to stop the return of Joe Mama to form, the best he has in recent. Drazen Petrovic with a strong game as well. All right. And Montreal with the victory. I think I already said that though. But, it was Gilgy versus Allen Iverson again, but I didn't do that game because that game had a little bit more Dr. J in it. All right. So we have an actual series and not a series. So Montreal eliminates Kentucky, sweeping them. Great game from Hawkins and Gilgy, Downs, Dr. J, and I think that makes Montreal their 5th Eastern Conference appearance or something crazy like that, right? Let's see. Champs, conference, yeah. So this is their 5th straight finals appearance in a row. Nobody can beat them in the East. They've had some pretty tough chances too, but this is the peak of one of the greatest dynasties we'll ever see. And they're likely going to be going against Minnesota or Snohomish, obviously. If I had to bet, I'd say Minnesota. So, yeah, we'll watch the rest of the series live. Why not? Snohomish leads after 1, after 2 Minnesota leads, after 3 Minnesota really leads. Towards the end of the 4th here, Minnie is up big. Yeah, it's too big to come back. Minnesota picks up the victory. A big game from Billy Bogues. Axel Blaze was out with an injury, and Reggie Miller got injured. So even with injuries, Snohomish wasn't able to pick up a victory there. I'm right now going to go check on Snohomish's roster and make sure that those are not Snohomish, Minnesota's roster, and make sure those injuries are over. They are. All right. Cool. We want everyone to get healthy if possible, right? Well, except for Montreal. We want them to get hurt. All right. Going into the 4th, Snohomish leads pretty convincingly. And they start to evaporate their lead a little bit. But Snohomish holds on, wins by 1 point. But it actually looked a lot worse than it is. Oh, they held on. Yeah. Cool. Joe Mama with a big game. Oh, and I accidentally closed the browser. That's on me. That's funny. When you're glad BBGM is a web game. 1 second. There we go. There we go. And we'll go right into game 7. Glad we were at the end there. That would have been awkward if that was like right at the very end of a game and we hadn't seen who won. So Minnesota's obviously the favorite, but this has been a good series either way, so we'll see. Personally, I want Snohomish to win. I'm gonna say it now. I do. They had a lot of controversy regarding their name. I'm gonna stay here. I don't know why I did that. Was not thinking. There we go. All right. Yeah. Snohomish losing pretty bad after 1. But going into the 4th quarter, what matters, Minnesota is up big. I don't know if they can come back from this. Yeah, Minnesota is going to hold out. And the Minnesota Muskies will go to the finals here with a convincing blowout victory second half. Damn. Yeah. Reggie Miller, man. All right. I think it's in the playoffs. That's cool. That's really cool. It's in the playoffs. All right. That's my bad. But Minnesota picks up the victory, beating them. We can still see the games. So in the first game, victory going to Montreal. Second game would go to Minnesota. Then we would see Montreal picking up a 2-point victory, followed by a Minnesota out. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm happy. Unfortunate that went that way, but I guess it happens. That's user error, but yeah, that is not a resim going to happen on that. Because it was just I accidentally simmed through it, is what it is. Yeah. So with that, we'll get to see the draft lottery. I'll probably have the class out by the end of the day today. Actually, let's go take a look at the awards first here. I gotta go to history here. Yeah. All right. So Matt Pitts, Anura, Shaheen, Mont, Wilcher all retire. McGillen. So Blaze wins Finals MVP. McGillen wins Defensive Player of the Year and MVP. Had a phenomenal season. Homer Simpson wins Sixth Man of the Year. Sidney Dean, Most Improved. Omama wins Rookie of the Year over Light. Ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah. Oh, Hot Saki retired, and Trustus needs to make his decision. I will, for now, bring him back so he can make his decision. I'll make sure I think he's actually the first cap to automatically retire. Like, that didn't, like, play horribly. Just checking, making sure there's no one else. Nope. I think we're good. Oh, no, I retired. And I finished my career with 2.2 points per game. Cool. All right. Either way. So I'll have the draft class out by the end of the day. It'll probably be a weaker one with a couple real names. We'll probably be doing some of the guys named after players from WFL, but TBD on that. And with that, here we go. This is a big lottery, so we gotta start all the way over. I've never seen one this big. No surprise, shocker right now. Oh, we got a jumper. I don't know who that is. I guess this is going to be part of the challenge, right? All right, so we got a jumper. Now let's figure out who is the jumper. Minnesota's the jumper. No way. Via Pittsburgh. Minnesota's the jumper. Oh, that's so good. Oh, we got another jumper. Toronto with the jumper. And Hawaii. And Tampa. And it goes Charlotte. Hawaii. First overall pick goes to Toronto. Second to Tampa Bay. The third one going to Minnesota. All right. Well, there we go. And now with that, I will export the league. And then I'll get the draft class out hopefully today. Cool. And with that, I'll stop the recording and thank you guys.